This is Skopós, the new defending operator in Rainbow Six Siege, and this is Skopós' V10 Pantheon shell, and this is Skopós' other V10 Pantheon shell. That's right, Operation Twin Shells is bringing just that. A defender with two remotely controlled robotic operators called shells. Scopos can only actively control one shell at a time, and if the active shell is ever eliminated from a match, Scopos will have her connection severed and will effectively be killed that round. Just because she has two bodies doesn't mean she's got two lives. But the active shell can do anything an operator can: move, shoot, and use secondary gadgets. And while one shell is active, the other assumes a crouched position and deploys a bulletproof barrier that acts almost exactly like a deployable shield. This means that while the barrier is bulletproof, it's not explosion-proof. So, a well-placed ash charge, Flores drone, or frag grenade can destroy it and clear the way for attackers to eliminate the shell itself. The inactive shell also features a camera that Skopos and her allies can utilize. When Skopos uses the inactive shell's camera, she can switch shells, provided the shell she's currently controlling has room to deploy its barrier. This allows Skopos to effectively teleport between two locations, making her one of the most mobile operators Siege has ever seen. The twin shells are 2-speed, 2-health operators, and, as a general rule, the active shell acts as an operator, while the inactive shell acts as a gadget. So, while eliminating the active shell will take out Skopos for the round, destroying the idle shell just means she'll be gadgetless. Now, both shells are electronic, but the active shell does have some defenses that keep it from showing up on IQ's scanner and protect it from being disabled by an EMP. The shells are also mechanical, which means they can't be healed by Doc or Thunderbird, nor can they wear Rook's vests. But they also don't have lungs, so they're immune to Smoke's toxic babes and Fenrir's noxious effects. Countering Skopos is all about severing her connection to her inactive shell. And while we've talked about how explosions can help, attackers can also use EMPs or Dokkaebi's hack to prevent Skopos from swapping. Brava's drone can overheat and destroy the idle shell, although Skopos will be alerted to the overload in progress and have time to swap shells to cancel the effect. Be sure to keep an eye on your HUD for alerts that your idle shell is being attacked or notifications that your active shell location is preventing you from swapping. Skopos' strongest allies are those who can protect her shells, like Jaeger, Wamai, Mute, and Mozzie. But make no mistakes, Skopos is plenty dangerous on her own, bringing the new PCX assault rifle to the battlefield, as well as a P229 sidearm. Her secondary gadgets are shared between her two shells, with the option to bring along either impact grenades to open up roaming routes, or proximity alarms, which can give you advanced warning that your idle shell is in danger. Operation Twin Shells is also bringing a few other operator updates. Solis is seeing the largest rework with changes to her Spec IO sensor. To start, only the center of the screen will detect gadgets, and the gadget type will be hidden. But she has a new activated ability called Overclock that will refill the sensor's energy gauge and identify detected gadgets across the whole sensor screen. While being identified with Overclock, enemy observation tools in Solis' detection range will show a warning on screen that will be visible to the players using those tools. Finally, her Spec IO scan will now last longer and can be accessed with only 25% available energy. Nøkk is getting a buff to her stealth capabilities. From now on, her gadget's energy consumption won't be time-based, but rather action-based, meaning that as long as you're not moving, you won't consume any energy, and you'll be hidden from cameras as long as you like. Dokkaebi will now start rounds with 0 charges for her logic bomb hack, and will gain 1 every 45 seconds, up to a maximum of 2 per round. Drones are also getting a universal buff, as they can now deploy a speed boost, making them harder for defenders to hit. Thankfully, you'll have more time for target practice, as you can now enter the shooting range while matchmaking. Operation Twin Shells is bringing double the pleasure, double the threat, thanks to Scopos, who will be available right from the start of the season as part of the Premium Battle Pass, and unlockable 2 weeks later with Renown or R6 credits. For the latest on Rainbow Six Siege, subscribe to this YouTube channel, or visit rainbow6.com.